Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Monica. I like to post anti-MLMs, that's anti-multi-level marketing, life, and some true crime content here on this channel. So if any of that interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to stick around. In today's video, I am bringing you anti-MLM content, so of course, just as a disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and just my opinions. Before we proceed with the video, I did just want to give a huge shout out to one of my new patrons, Susan J. I'm not going to say your last name, I'm just going to abbreviate with the J, but thank you so much for becoming a patron, and thank you so much to all of you who watch my channel for free. I wanted to go over the topic of this video. There is going to be a reaction video, I guess you could say, like the second half of this is going to be a reaction video because I found something that really truly proves my point for this topic, which is how the MLM or multi-level marketing, network marketing, social selling, whatever they're calling it these days, how that industry is not really selling a product, they're selling a dream. While there is a product that is being sold within these companies, it's usually kind of an average product. It's heavily overpriced due to the company needing to pay their distributors. At the end of the day, they somehow have to pay them, the ones that actually make a commission. What's really being sold is the dream life of being able to stay home with your kids, quitting your 9-to-5, becoming your own boss, maybe even paying off some debt, whether it be student loan, credit card debt, etc. You'll often hear reps talk about why they joined the business, and they call this their why. If you guys remember from my Matilda Jane video, they specifically had a portion in, I forget which part it was. I think it might have been part 2 or part 3 of that. I can't remember. But there was an actual category that talked about how to talk about your why, how to have that 30-second elevator pitch almost to be able to talk to others about the opportunity, so that you can build your team, because we know that that's as you advance and build a team, that's how you make more and more money within the multi-level marketing industry. But why is that? Why is this the only industry that sells the dream like this? I mean, unless if you want to look at maybe motivational speaking and people who go that route, the business gurus sometimes go this route as well. But other than those, and they usually target multi-level marketing, but other than those people, what other industry does this? Do you see anyone from a 9-to-5 talking about anything related to their why they took the job, why, and talking about it on social media constantly? Do you see people who started their own business and are constantly every single day on social media, or every other day, whatever the uplines, I guess you could say, tell their downlines to do? But do you see those people constantly saying, this is why I got into this? Maybe they'll say it a few times here and there to kind of be a little bit of motivation or inspiration for those who are aspiring to be a business owner. But within the MLM industry, I guess their paycheck kind of depends on having a team. That is why they do this. I do understand that if I have any MLM reps that are watching this video, they might say that, oh, well, you're walking that fine line of calling the MLM industry a pyramid scheme, but did you know that 9-to-5s are a pyramid scheme? Any other business is a pyramid. But the shape of the structure doesn't make a pyramid scheme a pyramid scheme. There's other factors in it. Plus, if you're going to compare it to a 9-to-5, which some people still don't get paid enough in 9-to-5s, but they get paid. They get a salary. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to work a 9-to-5. There's nothing wrong with being okay with that life. I did that for a really long time, and I'm not gonna lie, I really truly liked it because I had that stability. I had those benefits that they promised me that you can't get in an MLM company. Being a small business owner, we are not the same. And I will say that over and over and over again. The reps can call me a hater if they really want, or a mean girl. That's not I guess that's not really the goal of my channel. The goal of my channel is to educate people, whether it be educate people before they enter an MLM, or while they're in one, maybe even afterwards. Maybe they're trying to look at ways to talk to their friends and family. This next portion is something that I was randomly talking to my husband about, and that was that maybe one of the reasons why these women join these MLM companies is not just because they want to make a little extra cash, or they want to stay home with their kids, or maybe they want to have that sisterhood. But it's almost as if the MLM industry, and this might be a little bit of a reach, but it's almost as if the MLM industry gives these women, these moms, these people who have an entrepreneurial spirit, a new identity. Now they're a business owner because they bought that starter kit. I do recognize that MLM reps get a 1099. Well, not all of them, but if you make enough, you get a 1099. And they are considered independent contractors, but we are not the same, as I just said a few minutes ago. Some MLM companies, they even have listed in their terms and conditions that reps are not business owners, that they are independent contractors. Plus, how can you be a CEO of your own company, so to speak, when there's already a CEO with Monat, with Beachbody, with Mary Kay, Avon, etc., etc. The list goes on because there's a lot of MLM companies out there. But as a small business owner, I have control over everything besides what the government wants, like taxes and that kind of a thing. But other than that, we have full control over the pricing, over what we want to do if we want to get something new, and the list can keep on going. But the reps don't have that. They don't have that advantage that we do to be able to do their own thing. They're still working for someone, which brings me to the whole thing. And I've heard a lot of people say this. I don't know if I've ever said this in my videos. I think I might have said it once or twice, but these MLM companies preach women empowerment, but how many of these MLM companies have women CEOs? Most of them have CEOs that are men. And I know before anyone comes for me, I'm not saying that men cannot be pro-women empowerment, because they can be. And there are men out there that are pro-women and pro-women empowerment. But it's just a really interesting little side note to kind of add here. Now that we got all of that out of the way, let's move on to the reps IGTV. The first thing I wanted to point out before I play it is the title of it is "You Can Sit With Us," which I find slightly ironic. The reason being is because this is obviously for pro MLM people and people who are a fan of the multi-level marketing industry, that kind of a thing, which is fine because I'm anti-MLM. I'm anti that structure. I'm anti that industry, because I do think it exploits women, and I do think not even women, men and women, it exploits everybody. But the funny part is that I didn't find this out until someone sent me this rep's profile, but this rep blocked me. This is not the first time this has happened, and I didn't even know she existed. I don't even know who she is. So I'm sure that she probably came across one of my YouTube videos and just automatically blocked me, or maybe she was in a team where I was blocked, or a bunch of people shared my video and said, oh, you need to block this person so she doesn't take any more, like, you know, videos for a reaction video. But yeah, so that's not the first time. And I find that ironic because she is so inviting on social media, but clearly that's not what she actually means. As we go through this rep's video, I want you guys to keep in mind what I just spoke about in the first half of my video about how the MLM industry isn't really selling a product. They're selling a dream. They're selling a lifestyle, because this rep and all of the testimonials that she had in her video, which I actually think she did a really great job with the graphics, and because this is on Instagram, this is not some professional thing. This was something that she made for Instagram. So I do think she did a really great job, and I'm really highly impressed. But again, she's part of an MLM, and that's the part that I have an issue with. But other than that, I think she did a really great job with it. I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe it might be just a very basic thing, but I think she did a good job. So by no means, if you know this person, please don't send them any hate or anything like that, because that is not the point of showing this video. The point is to show proof of what I spoke about for the last, I don't know, how long have we been recording? 10, 15 minutes or so? But Let's roll the clip.
I found out that I was pregnant. I was in the middle of trying to help my husband with his real estate business and more online. So I decided to make a course. So I had my baby. I was 4 months postpartum. And aside from the fact that my hair was a disaster, it was just really hard to think that I could build this business with my kid by my side. Like, how am I supposed to coach women with my child crying and all in the background? And that's when I saw my friend post a before and after of her hairline. And I just asked her, hey, okay, how can I get that product? Because I need it. And I asked her, how much money did you just make? Show me. The funny thing is that she had just started, but I didn't care. I just wanted to see how much money could I make in the future. So I signed up. I was able to now make this my full-time income just 19 months later. This is something that I will continue to share. I will share this gift of a business and product, not only because my hair has gone from straw to actually moving, also because of what it has done for the women that I work with.
This rep talked about how she created courses before and how her hair was terrible postpartum. But then you see photos of her beautiful hair with a baby. I did read though that if you have postpartum hair loss, it can take up to the child's first birthday for it to come back to life. So maybe these photos were taken in the very beginning and she's using them as a before picture or something like that. It also looks like she had lightened her hair previously, and I think it's common sense at this point that when you lighten your hair just won't be in the same shape as it was before. I mean, even with my hair, I've been keeping heat away from it and taking vitamins, but it's still damaged. The thing is though, is the photo was taken where it looks like it hasn't been brushed and the lighting is a little off, whereas the other photos, it's styled and looking beautiful along with there being beautiful lighting. The rep said that she made Monat her full-time income 19 months after she started. She did earn her car bonus for the Cadillac, so she has to be at least a market mentor for 3 consecutive months, which make up 0.2% of the company, and all qualifying ranks for the car bonus equal 0.31%. That's less than 0.5%. Just let that sink in. What's really annoying in their income disclosure statement is they say that 36% of their reps were inactive, but they don't provide how many reps they have included in that. So I can't even do the math to find out how many reps are at each rank. I bet you anything the reps use this to their own advantage to say, well, not all of them are active, so it's not an accurate number. However, the average of all ranks for the year 2019 was $809 annually, coming out to $67.42 per month.
My name is, and I am a licensed hairstylist. Working full-time and being a full-time mom, I also needed help with my hair. COVID hit. We closed from one day to another. Fast forwarding it to now, my business has grown tremendously, by just being able to be at home with them. I want to be a living testimonial that this company does work. That's pretty much my story, guys.
I am a hairstylist. I've been doing hair and makeup since 2010, and I ended up getting married shortly after I had my baby. Postpartum hit, so I was super an emotional wreck. I had no clue of what postpartum depression was. My hair was fried down to my butt. It was fried. It had chemical cuts. I was super hesitant in that sense. I was so shocked because I have not had anything that made my hair feel like that. My clients, when I took them, obviously when I was taking their appointments, they would always compliment my hair. I think from 1 week, they noticed some difference. Pretty much make this my main source of income, and it's helped my family out so much right now. I've gained so much, and so that's pretty much it about me.
A year ago, my life was really dramatic. I was extremely depressed, not to mention trying to provide for myself all of a sudden. I was a nanny, I was a house manager, I was a chiropractor's assistant, I was doing it all. I ran into a friend of mine that gorgeous, luscious, long locks. I'm using Monat, and if you want, you can use it too, and you can make it an extra stream of income. And I was like, oh, yes, sign me up, because that's what I need. A big change in my life. And I saw so many changes with my confidence, and being able to help other people just gave me so much passion in life. I was so excited every day to have my own business finally. Stuck with it, and here we are, and I would never go back. So that's it.
Now that you've seen the testimonials of some of these other women, a few of them did speak about depression and mental health, that kind of a thing. I will say this every single time in my videos when this gets brought up: please seek out professional help. Do not just join these MLM companies because you see these reps talking about what mental state they were in before, and now everything is beautiful and sunshine and rainbows and unicorns and glitter and all of that. Please seek out professional help, because an MLM company, if you have a mental illness, an MLM company isn't going to help with that. You need to seek professional help, and a doctor needs to help you. So I did just want to add that in there. But if you paid attention to all of the reps that she showed, the testimonials, they were all talking about how what their why is, how they were struggling before, how Monat helped them. So I just wanted to kind of add that in there.
The industry that we're in is a almost $200 billion industry. Not only that, 80% of women, listen up if you're a woman, that are 5 and 6 figure earners come from this industry alone. So trainings that we give you are something that you need for your life anyway, like mindset, marketing, social media, personal branding, how to network, leadership. The list goes on, because all of these trainings is something that we provide for you for free for being part of our team, our business, and this company. Something super cool that comes with this business is that you don't need inventory. Don't let those sleep drops in the back fool you, girlfriend. That is my stash because I need them on deck. The reason why this company is so amazing is because it's a consumable product of hair care, skincare, and beauty wellness. Think about like greens or collagen. Something else is that it's vegan. Are made in the US, which means that we're stimulating the economy. So it's only 6 years old, which is actually a really good thing. That means that the company will continue to innovate, and we can give them feedback on what's working, what's not. We have over 1 million happy VIPs. And this is a super fun fact: we are $1 billion company, which we hit in 5 years. Only the bigs do that.
Under the our industry portion, she put 192.9 billion in 2018. 80% of women that are 5 to 6 figure earners come from this industry, focuses on personal growth, has most millionaires annually. I'm not sure where she got these statistics from, and if this is for multi-level marketing or for the hair care / beauty industry as a whole. The reason why I say that is because I looked up that 192.9 billion in 2018, and I'm not having any articles pop up for MLM, beauty, or the hair care industry with that number. Not to mention that they do have statistics for 2019 as of right now. As for the 80% of women who are 5 to 6 figure earners, we need to remember that 5 figures can literally be $10,000 a year at the lowest. And I don't know about you, but $10,000 a year won't come even close to paying my bills. But of course, we know that 6 figure earners are going to be a lot more than that. I would really love to know where she found these statistics, because any article that I looked at, there was nothing that was talking about the multi-level marketing industry or the hair care industry as a whole. Focuses on personal growth would be a great thing to have within really any industry and just life in general. But I am side-eyeing it just a little bit because I know that this means personal development or just growing a team. Trainings, product, mindset, marketing, social media, personal branding, how to network, leadership, strategy, one-on-one, and group. If the training sessions are what she mentioned in the video, then I have to give this upline major props. The reason why is because she's focusing on more than just growing a team. At least that's how she's making it out to be. She's talking about certain things that can actually help you grow. Of course, I'd like to see more business related topics on that list, such as what a 1099 is, how to file taxes, what the FTC is, and what you can and can't say due to government entities and the Florida Attorney General. But I will give her props for this list because it's not often that we see something like this. Along with that, when I was looking at the rest of her Instagram, a lot of her other videos and things like that, she did show how to go on a live stream. She did kind of give little tips and tricks here and there. Some of them are very common sense. Some of them you can easily find on YouTube. But I do think that she is trying to go at this from a little bit of a different angle, which again, I have to give her props for. But at the end of the day, as I've said already numerous times, I'm a broken record at this point, but she is in an MLM. This is the MLM industry. The no inventory part that she talks about is great because that prevents inventory loading, which is not allowed within the MLM industry. I did a whole entire video on this, but we've seen stockpiles of Monat products within the showers or households of Monat reps. They're always going to be encouraged to purchase whatever new is coming out so that they can talk about it and sell it. Along with some uplines, might even encourage these reps to have extra on hand as a sample. There was a really quick part where she talked about collagen, and in the same sentence, or kind of the same sentence, she spoke about how their products are vegan. And I know that this is just me nitpicking, but collagen is not vegan. Collagen comes from a protein that comes from animals. I have seen a vegan version of collagen, but that probably has other things in it, not the animal collagen, which is what collagen is. So I did just want to mention that in here. I know that I might just sound like I'm nitpicking, but collagen is not vegan. So please, anyone watching this, always research these types of things. I don't know if it's just the way that she made the video. I don't know if it's just the way that she worded it that made it seem a little off, but I did just want to say that in this video. Billion-dollar company in 5 years. She did compare Monat to other businesses that hit $1 billion within 5 years or more, all the way up to 14 years. The other companies that she used were Google, Facebook, Spotify, Dropbox, Netflix, and Apple. Google took 5 years, Facebook 6, Spotify 8, Dropbox and Netflix took 10 years, and Apple took 14 years. I wonder if any of that had to do with the fact that Monat is an MLM company and they just started 6 years ago, whereas some of these other companies started decades ago, and $1 billion back then was a little different than $1 billion today. Also, Monat's best customers are their reps, just like every other MLM. Not to mention that the companies she spoke about had innovative products and almost created new eras in a sense. Creating something that's innovative takes time, prototypes, etc. They had to tweak everything to make it just right. Whereas for Monat, they sell products that are already on the market and in my opinion isn't really innovative.
I'm not going to get into too much detail, but we do have one of the best comp plans out there because we get paid 10 different ways. Whether you want to make an extra $500 a month or $100,000 a month, the compensation plan is built that way. We do have a motor club, is very optional. Incentive trips, we have national and international trips. But listen, whether you have curly hair, whether you have kinky, coily, you can customize it to whatever your needs are. Next is pick your products that you're going to use personally, and from there, we onboard you to build this into your business.
Under the comp plan, she shows that you can make $500 to $1,000 a month, but I wonder if that's for her team or company wide because the income disclosure statement shows otherwise. If you work, it won't stop growing. This is inaccurate because as soon as someone leaves who did everything that this rep said and speaks out against the company, usually what happens is the upline will say you just didn't work hard enough. This is something that's very common. Let's take a quick look at the Monat Motor Club thing that she spoke about. I'm gonna pop this table up on the screen, but it's the monthly card program bonus. As a part of your monthly commission earnings, we will include a card program bonus based on your paid as rank for a period of up to 48 months. Payouts are outlined in the chart below. This chart shows the rank, which is market mentor, managing market mentor, associate executive director, and senior executive director. I'm only going to be going over the US dollar car bonus because that's where I'm based out of. But for a market mentor, you get $500 a month. Managing market mentor, same thing, $500 a month. The associate executive director and executive directors both get $750 a month, whereas a senior executive director gets $1,000 a month. So if your payment for this Cadillac is more than $500 a month, you have to pay that extra money. And depending on your credit, because all of this is in your name, you can't use this isn't through the company. You have to take this car out in your name, whether it's a lease or you're purchasing the car. And what happens if the company shuts down? What happens if you decide that you want to leave this MLM company? You can't just return the car. This is your car now. You are responsible for this car. And what if you don't make that rank? Let's say that you fall behind in rank because maybe your team isn't doing that well, or you're not selling enough product, whatever the case may be, you're stuck with that payment. And that's something that this rep fails to mention. So I did just want to put that out there in case someone watching this is maybe thinking about joining one of these MLM companies and they see this free car that these reps always talk about, which we know aren't free. The product packs that she shows on the screen look like there's a ton of product there, way more than you'll really need, especially if Monat products last as long as they say, because you don't need to use the same amount of shampoo with Monat as opposed to other types of shampoo. At least that's how they market it.
Take a look at where you're at right now, at this exact moment. And if having this exact same moment in life that you have right now in 1 year scares you, make a change. Make a change and make sure that we get better together into next month, next year, and even 5 years from now.
The last part of this video really irked me, where she said that if where you are right now in a year scares you, to make a change, which translates to join her team. First of all, we don't know what's going to happen in a year. We thought the pandemic would be under control by now, but it's not. What if within this next year, the person you're talking to gets a big break, whether that be an amazing job or they start their own real business? Second of all, I really don't like this scare tactic. I don't know if it was intentionally made to be a scare tactic or if this rep is truly wanting to help people and she thinks that she is, but a lot of people are afraid of their life right now. A lot of people have lost loved ones to this pandemic. A lot of people have lost their jobs. I worry about the mental health of people, along with those spouses and children that are stuck at home with a not so great partner or parent. We are living in a time of uncertainty, so of course she's going to leverage this, whether that be intentional or not. At the end of the day, these reps aren't selling a product. They're selling their story. They're selling the lifestyle, because most of them have a rags to riches story or a sob story. I've talked about this so many times on this channel, but what's honestly very sad to me, and I know that some reps are going to say that that's not true and that you're being over dramatic, but in a sense, some of these reps are being forced to exploit themselves and their families for this business opportunity and to recruit people to their team. And again, I'm not trying to be sarcastic or over the top or anything. I'm genuinely really sad for these reps because of that, because some of these reps, some of these women, some of these men who are in these MLM companies, they would never talk about half of the things that they talk about when they're in the MLM. I can attest to this. I did the same thing in Beachbody. Normally, I would not give that much personal information out on social media. And I did that in Beachbody because I was encouraged to do that. I was encouraged to tell my story. I was encouraged to say my why and talk about my why. So that's why I do think that in a sense, they're exploiting themselves, their lives, their families, and they might not even know that that's what they're doing. That's what makes me so sad, is that, like I said, some of these people would never do this before the MLM, but that's the way that you're going to build a team. That's the way that you're going to make money. Anyway, if you have watched up to here, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. This is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye!